Hi Caleb, I hope you're doing okay and you're enjoying your trip. I'm going to try to do a video on my own today instead of using Khan Academy because I can't find something that just hits everything that I need to talk about. So today in math we talked about estimating and the reasons you would use estimating. So like in real life you would use estimating if you were grocery shopping and you wanted to figure out if you had enough money to buy the groceries you needed, or if you're budgeting for your bills, you use estimation. Um, Estimation is also used when you want to figure out if your answer is correct, or if you want to just say, is this even reasonable? Does this answer even make sense? So one of the examples we had in class was Miles multiplied 492 by 63 and got 480,992. Is his answer reasonable? Well, we know because of what we learned about the powers of 10 that to get something close to 480,000, we would have to multiply 492 by something close to 1,000. And 63 is nowhere near 10 to the third or 1,000. So that's one way to figure out that no, his answer is not reasonable. The other way that we talked about, and the way that's really simpler and that you've learned through the years, is just to round. So is 492 closer to 400 or 500? It's closer to 500. 63 is close to 60. When we do this, we take 5 times 6, and then we have 10 to the third, which would be 3 zeros, and we get 30,000. Well, 30,000 is nowhere near 480,992. So we know that his answer is not reasonable. From there, we moved on to some number stories or story problems. So this was what was in our journal today. We worked in small groups on these. So I just want to do at least number 2. So let me do number 2 and see how long the video is, and we'll go from there. There are some on your homework that's like number 2 because it's kind of got a lot going on. It's got 2 steps. So the first step is to make sure you really understand the story and the question. Okay, it says the school library received a donation of 42 boxes of books. Each box contained 15 to 18 books. Okay, so we can say they got about 40 boxes, and each box contained about 20 books. Because remember, we're practicing estimation, so we're not going to find exact answers. It makes our math a little easier today, but you have to remember that we're practicing estimation. So the donation they received was about 800 books. Okay. The second part of this problem then says the library has 10 empty bookshelves. Each bookshelf can hold up to 60 books. Does the library have enough shelf space for all the new books? So we know they have 800 new books. Now we have to figure out how much shelf space they have. So they have 10 empty bookshelves, and each shelf will hold 60 books. So that's the same as 10 times 60. So they have space for 600 books. So does the library have enough space for all the new books? No. The library got or received about 800 books, and they only have room for 600. And then down here I'm going to write 40 times 20 equals 800 books. 10 times 60 equals 600 spaces. Okay? So the ones on your homework are like that, where you have to really understand the question. You have to look at both of all the numbers and decide which numbers go together. Let's do this one up here, I guess. A hardware store sells ladders that extend up to 12 feet. The store's advertising says, largest inventory in the country. If you put all our ladders end to end, you could climb to the top of the Empire State Building. The company has 295 ladders in stock. The Empire State Building is 1,453 feet tall. Is it true that the ladders would reach the top of the building? So we have to estimate about how tall the ladders will be if we put them end to end. So there are about 300 ladders in stock. Each one is 12 feet. So if you know that 3 times 12 is 36, that makes this problem, you can get a closer estimate. If you don't know that, it's okay to round that 12 to 10 for the estimate. But I know that 12 times 3 is 36. So I know the ladders will reach about 3,600 feet. So is it true they will reach? Yes. I took 300 ladders times 12 feet and got 3,600 feet. The Empire State Building is only 1,453 feet tall. Okay? I don't think you'll have any trouble with the homework, but I did want to work a couple of examples for you before you just started on your own. So just read the question carefully, then figure out what numbers go together and what the question is asking, and then estimate. Make those numbers easy to multiply for yourself. Don't forget, though, that in your answer, to use words like about. So here I should have said I took about 300 ladders times 12 feet and got 33,600. Okay? And I look forward to seeing you Monday.